Manchester City 3, Manchester United 0. A result which weirdly doesn't even surprise me at this point. It actually feels like it was quite kind to Manchester United throughout the game. City had a lot of other chances they could have scored. Up to the last 10 minutes, Manchester United didn't do anything that excited me in any way, shape or form. But what did you think about that game and how it kind of played out in general?
Don't really think City had to leave second gear, to be completely honest with you. I don't really think Man United laid much of a glove on them. I think their only kind of like shining light was maybe in Mbeumo, who tried to make stuff happen. But other than that, it was just kind of a little bit of a turgid Man United performance, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Mbeumo had a few half chances and put a few decent shots in. Obviously, there was that one volley which Donnarumma produced a fantastic save for. Really excited to see how he is in the Premier League. One of the best goalkeepers in the world, and he's just going to make Manchester City even harder to beat.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got someone like that in between the sticks, with how solid they are as a team, you don't concede many chances anyway. So then when you do, to have somebody that can produce world-class saves like that, then like you say, it'll make them even harder to beat than they already are.
But speaking of world-class, Erling Haaland, who won Man of the Match, was incredible today. In every part of the pitch as well. Obviously, he got 2 of the goals. The first was a great little chip, which we've seen him do 1,000 times.
Yep.
And then the second was calm, collected, just curled it into the corner. But it's weird with Haaland, because at the start of the season, I wasn't expecting as much from him as we've seen in previous years. But as soon as he gets a run of games on a pitch, he's just banging goals in left, right and centre.
He's just a goal machine, isn't he? And there's no real doubt in your mind when he goes through 1-on-1 through second that he's not going to put that in the back of the net. And to have like a prolific goal scorer like that. I mean, I did at the start of the game mention that I didn't think his overall game is fantastic, but he's just a goal scorer. But then you look when the graphic pops up at the end of the game, like he got the most clearances as well. Like he was just all over the pitch, wasn't he?
Yeah, to have the joint most clearances as a striker says a lot. And I think that the thing for me today, Manchester City were dominant in every way, especially in the first half before the goals started rolling in and big chances started rolling in. The way that they were just passing it round Manchester United, there was no stress to it. Foden had picked the ball up, just play a cheeky pass to Haaland, who'd play it back to Doku. And Doku today, he probably would have been my man of the match, because for that first goal, he absolutely skinned Luke Shaw.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And it's shown there's a lot more to him than just legs and pace. There's a lot more to his game. And obviously, like, he fully created that first goal as well, didn't he? And he just seemed like a real live wire. And that's starting to add end product.
And even for the second goal, he played it through to Haaland. He just looked good today. A lot of the time when I watch Doku, he's got a lot of pace and gets past the player, but then don't really know what to do.
Yeah.
I thought it all gelled for him today. But a word on Manchester United, because watching that performance from their perspective was really worrying for me, especially when it came to they're 2-0 down, they need to win the game, and they're bringing on Mainu and Maguire.
Yeah.
I think that paints a real picture of where they are as a club, and also how Amorim plays the game and does his tactics. Because even later on, Casemiro came on, and I'm thinking you're losing the Manchester derby, and you're bringing on 3 very defensively minded players.
Yeah, it doesn't really fill you with confidence if you are a Manchester United fan seeing that come on. Like, when you're losing a game, you need somebody to be coming on to try to change it, grab the game by the scruff of the neck. And you're bringing on Harry Maguire. That's normally what you see when they are chasing a goal. Just get Maguire on, get the ball into the box, and hope he gets his head onto the end of it. Like, it's just really, it's just not a great game plan to have or have to rely on either, is it?
It shows a massive lack of trust. And I know he came on later on when there was like 10 minutes left in Xerxes, who they signed for, what was it, 30, 35 million?
It wasn't, yeah.
I know he's not been fantastic for them since he joined, but surely you bring on a striker in that scenario. But also, Sesko today, in fact, Sesko overall, I'm yet to see any evidence that he can actually play football.
Yeah.
I've not seen a single good moment from him. Took the 10th penalty in the Grimsby game, didn't have a good game against them, didn't have a good game today. Obviously, he did quite well in the Bundesliga, but from what I've seen so far, I'd be very surprised if he is the one to dig Manchester United out of this hole.
Yeah, I mean, going back to what you said about the whole penalty situation, for your £70-odd million striker to be 10th in line in a penalty shootout against League 2 Grimsby doesn't really paint you in a good light. I mean, the sample size from what we've seen is too small for us to really determine like completely what he's going to be like, because he's not getting the service. But isn't that the story of every striker that they've had recently?
Well, it just worries me. Well, obviously it doesn't worry me. I'm quite happy about it. But it concerns me from their perspective, because I've not seen anything where he's been good. I've not seen like a good touch and taking it past someone. I've not seen a good header. I've not seen him be particularly physical. No good shots, no good. It's just I'm waiting to see Sesko do something that impresses me. And the fact that they paid so much money for him, I'm like, he should be by now.
I mean, like I said, over the course of the games that I've watched, they've not really been generating the kind of opportunities. I mean, I know that's his first full Premier League start today as well. But I mean, you never know. In the long run, with Mbeumo, get Cunha back from injury, a bit more creators with Bruno in there as well. He might pop up with a few, but I think it's still too early to say. But nothing that I've seen from him so far kind of makes me believe that he's going to be the man to drive them forward.
Yeah, completely agree. We saw some proper football today, and if you are a football fan, remember to hit like and subscribe. But Manchester City had Foden back in, and he had a great game. Every time he was on the ball, intricate little passes, was spinning past the man, and I really like the look of him. I hope that he manages to get more starts and more minutes so that the next tournament he can play a bigger role for England.
Yeah, it's what you want in the build-up, in the season before a tournament, for players like that, your alleged star players, to be getting minutes under the belt and doing well, because last season wasn't his greatest. The season before he was really good. So you just hope, there's a player there, but you just hope he can kind of hit form and maintain it as well.
It's strange because he looks so young, and he is still kind of, I think he's, 25 now? 24, 25?
25, 26.
That's crazy. He looks 12. He looks like he's just coming through the ranks, and he's still, obviously he's had seasons where he's had fantastic stats and had 10, 15 game runs, but I feel like I don't see enough of Foden still, and that's the one detriment to the way that Pep sets up his teams and changes things so often. I just wish that he'd be playing every week, guaranteed, whenever he's fit.
Yeah, I mean, that's it, and that's what FPL players will know as Pep Roulette. And you say you hope he hits form going into this next tournament, because he's never really done it for England either. We've seen glimpses of it at City. We've seen it consistently at City, even when he hits good spells, but he's never really done it for England on the biggest stage, has he?
Do you think that performance today from Manchester City puts them back in contention for potentially challenging for the league?
I think it's too early for them to not be in contention. I mean, I know you look at Liverpool, 4 out of 4. They've not been the most convincing with the performances, but they're still winning.
Yeah, from that Liverpool game today against Burnley, who they should realistically be running round the park, they didn't do too well. Salah's not had the best start to the season, so I don't know. Liverpool just find a way to win a game, and I was saying to you earlier that I think as long as they keep finding a way, at some point it'll click with all these new players, Frimpong, Wirtz, etc. It'll all come together, and then boom, they'll be there. Or Isaac will come into the team and it'll just elevate it completely.
Yeah, I mean, there is that. But I just think with Man City and Pep Guardiola, you can never fully count them out. I mean, obviously they've had a little bit of a shaky-ish start, but there's a lot of games to play. They're still a well-oiled machine, and we've seen that today, that they can just assert themselves in any game that they play, even the high pressure of a Manchester derby. There's a long way to go. They've got class players, obviously, like your Liverpools. I just think, obviously, time will tell about it.
Yeah, and what do you think of Manchester United? For you personally, if you were a Man United fan, would you be looking at Amorim at this point, or do you think it's too early to do so still?
Both, maybe, because it has been a confusing start.
You can't sit on the fence that much.
No,
you can't say both answers.
Because part of me, you look at the game against Arsenal, they got beat 1-0, but they did look really promising. And obviously they had Cunha and Mbeumo in there. And then there's been other games, especially today, where it's just flat. And obviously getting knocked out by Grimsby. But I know that's the cup, that's different. But then Fulham at Craven Cottage, they were a little bit unconvincing in that as well. So it is early, but like, how much time do you give these people? But he's had a full window now. Mm-hmm. It's just, you've got to kind of see over the next couple of games, haven't you?
Yeah.
Not shown me enough, really.
I think Amorim stinks, me. I really don't like him. His tactics just don't seem to ever put a team to the sword. Against Arsenal, they were the better team. They didn't put them to the sword. Against Fulham, they didn't put them to the sword. Against Grimsby, they didn't put them to the sword. And today, it's just always so flat, and there's no like energy. There's nothing that inspires me to think that Manchester United are going to go out next game and turn the tables and actually batter someone.
I understand that, and I would be worried if I was a Manchester United fan, because it's the same old, isn't it? You go into the season thinking we've turned a corner, we've signed these players, getting rid of Deadwood, but then all it takes is a couple of games in to realise not an awful lot's changed. And I don't know whether it's his system and his stubbornness that's just not gelling with the players that he's got, but he has had a window now, so...
Yeah, he's got no excuse now. They've signed a lot of top quality, Cunha and Mbeumo, proven Premier League. Sesko, a little bit more of a risk, but also cost 70 million. And let's be honest, a lot of the players that they already have at the club aren't too bad. Like objectively, Luke Shaw's okay. I mean, Agate has been pretty dogs for him, but he was a £50 million signing not that long ago.
That's true.
Casemiro, when he came, was meant to be pretty good. I feel like there's just a curse at Manchester United. It doesn't matter who they sign. It was the same with Højlund last year. We saw him go and score for Napoli in his debut, but at Manchester United, he had a couple good games and then just boom, it's done.
It just feels toxic, doesn't it? It does. There's obviously something not quite right, because it seems to be the place at the moment over the past couple of seasons where careers go to die.
Yeah, I just never trust them to develop a player or make someone better or even let them shine in any way, shape or form. It's just Bruno Fernandes getting angry and running around the pitch.
Yeah, just moaning 24/7.
Constantly whining. He absolutely enrages me. But anyway, I think we've covered it pretty well. Let us know in the comments who your man of the match from today was, because for me, I'd probably go Doku, but obviously they give it to Haaland. I think
goals,
Doku,
He was
great
brilliant,
assists, and he was just running down the wing the whole game. But let us know in the comments. See you again soon.